It feels like a teenager or a normal person kind of coming of age, but by the end of it, you have jumped through numerous timelines, you're jumping through portals, you're dealing with ghosts from other dimensions. It's utter mindfuckery.
I think it's possible for someone to play OXENFREE II cold, but I think there will be a lot of value in playing the first game and how it will reflect on the occurrences within OXENFREE II.
So you should definitely know about Alex, who is the main character from the first game. Alex has taken her friends over to Edwards Island in the middle of the night to kind of party and drink on the beach and have a good time, but they unwittingly open a rift to another dimension in a cave.
And it's her journey of trying to rescue her friends from the island and unwittingly tapping into this portal that kicks off the events of both OXENFREE I, but also the reverberations of that kick off the events of OXENFREE II.
Alex is probably the kind of nucleus of that story because that's who you play as, and that's who you see the trauma and the events of the night through her eyes.
Hey, where does that old woman live?
Oh, you mean Maggie Adler?
Maggie Adler was a key component in the Kanaloa submarine disaster, which led to the first portal being opened decades ago, which led ultimately to the events of OXENFREE I.
Maggie was working at a military base back in the 40s, and through an unfortunate accident with a nuclear sub testing, created this kind of time rift that has everybody dealing with the ramifications of that.
Maggie discovers that there's some sort of radio signal coming from the submarine that crashed.
And because of this hole in space-time that exists under this cave system on this island, if you tune into the right frequencies at the right times, you can actually create a portal and open up a gap that's in space that can actually like allow these ghosts to come out and talk and speak and hang out.
The cool thing about the radio is that it opens up a whole different axis of exploration to the player. It's not just exploring Edwards Island as a space, it's exploring Edwards Island as an infinite number of radio frequencies in different parts of the island. Not only that, but the radio is also kind of your key to any of the locks in the game. Certain objects in the game will resonate with certain frequencies of the radio and, open portals, open time tears, or open some of the locks that have been left behind by the military around the island.
How is this possible? What's going on?
Our universe is kind of founded on this idea that there is no real concept of just linear time. And so what happens in these games is that there are time loops and portals to other alternate timelines that really afford us the opportunity to play with the heart of the story quite a bit.
In OXENFREE, there are infinite timelines, but not infinite space, meaning everything that has happened is bound to be happening again, over and over and over again.
I mean, look, when you're messing with the time-space continuum, that's just a bad idea. No matter who you are, no matter what you're trying to do.
Smell that clean air, boys and girls. Boy and girl. This ain't city living.
Before we really came up with the characters or the story or the plot or anything, we knew we wanted it to be a group of teens that were dealing with something supernatural that took place in the Pacific Northwest, just because we love that area.
So in the case of OXENFREE, it's sci-fi, it's a little bit of horror, all kind of mixed together.
So of course there's the supernatural problems that the character's trying to solve, but really the heart of all this is the personal journey of all these characters.
Mystery is definitely a big theme of OXENFREE. It's both the mystery of what's really going on in terms of just why is this happening to these particular characters and how do they escape that, but also just, the mystery of what the future of their lives kind of hold.
We've got things like, regret and personal growth, but we've also got aspects of just total mystery and uncovering other people's problems that they've had in the past.
Everyone knows what it's like to leave adolescence into adulthood and be a little bit unsure about what that means.
The future is uncertain and scary, and you're hesitating on that next step. That's a moment that I think everybody can relate to in their life.
And then when the shit hits the fan, when the portal opens and the supernatural events happen, all of that stuff gets escalated.
I think the reason why fans still love the game after 5 years later is just, I think the characters and the story the team has built, it really resonate with a lot of people.
I feel like I've read a lot of comments and heard from a lot of people, even one of the artists who joined our team, talking about how much OXENFREE meant to them or how they played it in high school.
When I see some of this fan art, I'm blown away. And how people interpret our characters and do their own things with them and create their own stories with them, that's just thrilling.
It has a really strong community of players who, I don't want to brag, but are cooler than any other games community. Sorry, I said it.